A new comet is discovered by a Chinese observatory and is potentially can be a great comet, bright enough to be seen with the naked eye. Tsuchinshan-ATLAS comet, or C 2023-A3, is a comet discovered first by Chinese astronomers in an observatory which reminds me of the Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles. The structures and the shape of the buildings and the popularity of the site reminds me of that to promote astronomy, it seems. The comet will probably be bright enough to be seen in the western sky and partly in the eastern sky also. From the late August to almost December. When it passes its best will be from the late September to the early October. I have a simulation of it, and you can see that a comet is at the center. It doesn't move. You can see the sun is there, so practically during the closest approach, it will not be visible. It will be in the glare of the sun, but it moves quickly from the down sky toward the evening sky in the October. As you can see here, the comet approaches the sun. Then from the other side, that means during the sunset, after the sunset, it will be visible again. So we have a chance to see it on that time, but this best. And from the look at the constellations, as you can see that constellations don't show the sun. That's misleading. When you have to, looking at these diagrams, you have to remember the sun is there. And in the sun, during daylight, it's very difficult to see the comet. It's very bright, the sun brighter than anything, any other object. So consider it as a dawn or dusk comet. It's not like a Hale-Bopp or the Hyakutake visible during the night, long hours. It will be at its best closest to the sun, 27th of September, around 50 million kilometers. Then by the 12th of October, it will be 70 million kilometers from the Earth. It will be, in a way, similar to Comet Neowise. We saw it during the COVID pandemic, and it was a bright sight. You could easily see it from the bedroom of a window. I have my video about that, and I put it at the end of this. It's not like Comet Hyakutake or Hale-Bopp, which were visible in the zenith, near the zenith, all the night. In the astrology of the past cultures, for example, in the Iranian manuscripts, there are predictions associated with this. Cause and effect is not scientific. It's just based on cause and effect. They say that if the comet appears in the Virgo, which is this comet, if it's facing toward the west, it will be decline of the governments. And we know that the U.S. elections will be happening that time. Also will be in the west side for the Iran, that is Iraq and others. For the rest of the world means west side. Will be some fight. We know that there is also this comet associated with the decline of the Anglo-Saxon government by the Vikings, who were actually descendants or ancestors of the Russians, which way you want to see it. Historically, that can be true because we have seen whenever France, for example, attacked Russia, the Russians came back like a tide and take over all the France and Europe. The same with the Germans. Russia took most of the Europe, Central Europe. This situation for the moon will be like this. You maybe see the crescent of the moon during that. There will be a solar eclipse visible from Americas, not from the Europe, but that is visible from those regions. If you're in America, Mexico, North America, you will have a chance to see the total solar eclipse. So let's hope for the best, and hoping that this will be visible for all of us. We will have a summer, Indian summer as we call it in the UK, and rest of the world will have also clear nights. We can see this hopefully without obstruction, without any problem. This will be a sight for us no matter what the astrologers of the past says. We are astronomers. We don't do those kind of pseudoscience. You can see the comet Neowise. It's just above the tree.
Oh, I see it, yeah, with its tail.
Yeah, you see the tail?
Yeah.
I can see it also in the center of this camera, although it is not very...
Yeah, I see it.
This is the only comet I think people can see from the window of the bedroom. Isn't it exciting? That will not come back until 6,000 years later. The Earth gravity actually is changing its orbit from 4,000 to 6,000 years. And we are in the bedroom. This is our bedroom window. I hope you remember when you wake up again in the morning that you have seen the comet Neowise. That's the only comet people can see from the window of the bedroom. And God willing, who knows? Maybe we will be revived if they don't burn us. Yeah, now it is 6,000. 4,000 was before coming close to Earth. 23rd of the July will be the closest to Earth. People say when the comet comes in that direction of northeast, people will start disobedience. They will not obey their rulers. No, it depends. If you're a law-abiding citizen, yeah. Okay, here, that's the center. Yeah, comet is there. What you see at the center. The smudge which doesn't move. Dead center. And the tail of it is upward. And the star there is Capella, the brightest star which is now at the center. And the actual comet itself is in the north of the Gemini twin, and that means duality of leadership, duality of everything. Also, the direction of northeast shows that the tail of it is from the southeast toward the northeast. Northeast is that direction. So the tail of it is from southwest. That means mighty armies are coming from that direction. If you live in America, that can be in Texas and Louisiana, even Mexico, from that direction toward the northeast, those original 13 states, including Washington, D.C. and New York. This comet has a lot of prophecies in it, according to the ancient Babylonian texts. As I mentioned, the comet is visible, the comet Neowise is visible from our bedroom window. And I photographed it from our bedroom window also. .8 second, and ISO was, I think, 1,600, something like that, or 3,200. And these are some of the photos I was able to take from the bedroom. I just put a tripod there and took the picture. This is the head of the comet. The details are visible in this is amazing. And you can see more details when in this video you see a little bit overexposed, but in the actual photograph they're really nice and visible. Beautiful, beautiful comet. Just from the window of my bedroom, of our bedroom. 6,000 years later, probably we will see this again. And this is the comet again from ISO, a little bit different, and exposure 1 second. And a little bit more structure in the head and some parts of the tail. Okay, tonight it was a little bit clear compared to last night, which was really foggy. And I was able actually to go and set up a small telescope. I didn't want to take a big, heavy one. So I went and put this telescope. It's an optical star AR90S, 90 millimeter refractor. It's a short tube refractor. I used the Zeiss macroscope eyepiece. It's a PL 10, I think, 20-20, and this is equal to 25 millimeter and 57 degrees field of view. Is comparing this with the panoptic. I've seen people comparing the view with the panoptic, 24 millimeter, 68 degrees. Really good eyepiece. 1/6 of the price of it. So I watched the Comet ZTF. This is near the Hyades in the Taurus, close by to the Aldebaran and Sigma Tauri. Of course, is moving. The situation is moving. I hold the camera as a Huawei P1030 Pro mobile phone against the eyepiece, nothing else, and I was able to catch it. The mount is a flex tube. It's called Watcher Flex Tube 130 Dobsonian tabletop mount, white one. So my estimate of the magnitude of the comet is around magnitude 7. The online data says it's magnitude 7.1, so close enough. In good seeing conditions, you can actually see the fan-shaped tail of the comet easy. It was a little foggy and wet tonight, but I could see the tail clearly. I also turned the telescope toward the Great Orion Nebula, Messier 42 or M42, and I was able to capture this. I'm really happy. One of the best views I've ever had with any camera, a mobile phone camera, with this telescope. Really nice wide field of view, really everything visible. Of course, a very wide camera means that you will have also some distortion slight, and also a little bit discoloration because this telescope is not apochromatic. And that's the reason we had some purple fringing, a little bit blue light. You know, this doesn't claim that it is apochromat. It's an achromat. It's cheap, but it's very versatile, and I'm really happy to have it.